Welcome to the Nivedita and Dianne, and today it's Marilyn show. This is Dianne Ojar, and we're so happy. I am so happy to have this amazing woman. But before we do that and introduce everybody, I would love to introduce my co-host Nivadita. But for those who are joining us, please do share this. Please do catch us on the replay. Bring your friends on. You guys are in for a treat today. We never know what's going to happen, and we never know what Marilyn is going to give us. So I would say to you, just sit back and enjoy the show. So, Madame Nivadita, please welcome.
Thank you. So welcome everyone. My name is Nivadita Saraswati and I'm the owner and director of My Virtual Healing Center, which is an online healing center coming from Australia, where I offer many fantastic modalities to help people to be happier and healthier in life. So without further ado, I'll hand back to Dianne or hand to Marilyn. It's such a great joy to have Marilyn here. We've known each other many years.
Yeah. Yes, absolutely. I will introduce Marilyn because Marilyn Smith, Master Marilyn Smith, she comes from San Francisco, the Bay Area, and we're so pleased. You know, she's an author. I was everybody's books. So, she's an author of this book and in several languages. She keeps showing up more and more. And she can tell you as well how to get a copy of it. And it's gratitude, a key to happiness. But you know what? I don't want to steal her thunder. So, Marilyn, if you could just give us a brief introduction about yourself, and then we'll go in with the show.
Wonderful. It's absolutely a delight to be on with both of you. And as Nivedita mentioned, we have a bit of a history from when I first started going to Australia.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
2006. Quite a long time ago.
Yes.
So I am, as you mentioned, a master teacher certified through the Tao Academy. And I've been a student of Master Sha since 2001. And I made my first workshop with Master Sha the weekend after 9/11. And that workshop absolutely changed my life. And that's another story. That's for another program.
Mm-hmm.
But after that weekend, it was so profound. My sister and I attended it together. We continued going to all the things that Master Sha offered. And the only time we really missed being, attending an event was when we were in India, because the time zone was totally opposite.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what we were able to do. It was really wonderful. As one of the master teachers, I had the magnificent opportunity to travel to different countries to introduce Master Sha's wisdom, his healing techniques, his practices to many, many people. And as we all held up the book, Gratitude, a Key to Happiness. And I had the opportunity to receive actually, it's not the same as writing a book. The way that, most people write a book is they sit down and they have an outline and all that kind of thing. And they do research, et cetera, et cetera. But when we do these books, we actually receive the content from heaven. And Master Sha gives us a very special blessing to be able to receive the content. So it's my name on here, but really the book is from heaven. And the response of people has been so heart-touching to me. It was published in 2010. And I would say probably for 3 years after that, at least, every time I went to a retreat, students would come up to me and say, "Your book changed my life." That's really very, as I said, heart-touching, but it's a profound statement. And in this book, there is a mantra.
Mm-hmm.
Gratitude changes my life. And that is why students were able to say that. When I was in India, there was a man who came. He had one copy. He came and he bought 20 more. And he said, I'm giving this to my friends. So we did. He gave books. And about a month later, he was back for another 20 books. Now, that's amazing if you know anything about the economy of India. And he said, everybody has to have this book. So why? Why is it so important? Just on a human level, not even thinking about it as being received from God, but on a human level, there is so much research about gratitude that lets us know the benefits for our lives when we live with gratitude.
Okay, so let's hold that thought for a moment. We don't want to give all away at the same time. So I want to say, for those who is joining us, we have Marilyn Smith here, who is the author of Gratitude, A Key to Happiness, which, by the way, as an author as well, we have to sit down. And it's a funny thing about you say about flowing the book. I remember when I wrote my book, and I wrote the children's book, it said, oh, write a children's book. I didn't know at the time about knowing channel, direct knowing channel and flowing. But I understand what you're saying, because I just sat there and I just started to write. So this book was actually flowed to her. The content, like she said, was given to her. So if you have any comments or questions for Marilyn, please do. But I want to also, before we talk about some of the cool stuff, Marilyn, I did read the book. Okay? And yes, there's a lot of cool stuff in the back there for different areas of your life. Marilyn also is one of the teachers for the soul communication and the communicator with the Tao Academy. Now, we're not here, please do understand, we're not here to convince anyone. As a disclaimer, not what we do, but we have some cool tools on our belt. It's just plain and simple, right? Some of you have tested it, tasted it. We've worked together. Some of you know what I do and know what Nivadita does. But it comes from one of the channels she's talking about, which we're going to touch on a little bit today, because one is not disconnected from the other. And it's called the four spiritual channels. And we're going to get Marilyn to briefly explain some of these, because then you have a better understanding how all of this comes together. One is not disconnected from the other. But before you do that, Nivadita, what is your connection with Marilyn there? Since we she's the star here today, but definitely,
Yeah.
she was raving about you, Marilyn, and said, oh my gosh. And she's the one saying, you got to connect with Marilyn. You remember you said that to me, and I said, okay, what's her contact? She said, no, contact your Guanyin teacher. And I was like, I'm going to find Marilyn myself. It'll be faster. That's what I did. So you have a very, great love and appreciation for Marilyn as well.
I do indeed. Marilyn was my first teacher of the Tao Academy. The first workshop I ever did was with Marilyn, and at the time, and it was amazing. And she taught us. I remember she was working with another teacher at that time, and they were both traveling to Australia, Master Su Chin. And I remember she was teaching us soul communication. And she would sing to us. She would say, gratitude changes your life. And we'd be singing this song. We'd be singing, gratitude changes your life. Gratitude changes your life. Gratitude, gratitude, gratitude changes your life. Boom, boom. And we would just have a ball with that. And we'd be dancing around the room because it's so catchy. And then we followed on with Tao Hands. I think it was after that, Marilyn, wasn't it?
Yes.
And that was my first Tao Hands training. And it was absolutely incredible. Life-changing, life-transforming. It was beautiful. And then Marilyn was coming to be permanently stationed in Australia for a while. So we helped her with accommodation. And Marilyn stayed with me for a few days on and off as she was beginning to settle in. But then suddenly Marilyn was whisked off to India to help her sister in India. And that was the last Australia saw of Marilyn, wasn't it? In person, it was. We had a really good heart-to-heart connection. We could talk about anything. It was wonderful.
Lovely. By the way, Marilyn, we have Avi on the line, and we have someone else there. Unfortunately, I can't see your name.
Her name's Jean. She's my husband's
Okay,
puncturist.
lovely. And
She
Avi
wants
said
to learn Dow hands as well.
she loves the gratitude mantra by Marilyn. So we all have to sing it soon.
Absolutely. Let me tell you how that came about.
Mhm.
Because I had been invited by Francisco to teach part of a workshop that he was doing for the Australian students, some of the Australian students. And so I said to him, well, what topic would you like me to do? And he said, well, what if you do gratitude? So that was so perfect, you know. And as I was doing that, I said to all of the students, you know, Master Sha has just taught us that when we do mantras, we need to have yin and yang. We need to go fast and slow. And there is a mantra in this book, Gratitude Changes My Life. I'm going to do it that way. So I started slow, and then I started going fast. And the mantra turned into a song. And I thought, wow, this is amazing. So I sang it over and over again.
And we had such fun with it. It was so uplifting.
Yeah, it was amazing. The last word in the definition of gratitude in this book is
Page
joy.
26. Page 26. Right up there.
So why don't we sing? I'll sing that for you now. It's sort of
Yeah.
okay.
But before you do, you know how of all we have what we call 10 das, which is 10
Greatest qualities.
the greatest qualities that we should be practicing every day and live with every day. And every time you ask Francisco, I remember when I started my training, every time you ask him, or well, of course, in Mandarin, it's called Daganen, and he would say, "Oh no, that's the one." Every calligraphy, everything, that's the one. It's gratitude. Now he switched to heart, but it's gratitude, and that's how anything. It was always about gratitude. Gratitude. That's one of his favorite 10 das. So please, this can go anywhere, but we still have to talk about the spiritual channel. So this can go anywhere. So let's go.
So, let me just comment on why Francisco would have said that as he was training students, because we know from Master Sha that we do not make progress without gratitude.
Mhm.
Gratitude is absolutely the way. And in one of the books that Master Sha has written, he has one sentence that when I read it, it just almost took my breath away. Gratitude is the bridge between human beings and heaven.
I gotta use that one and write that one down.
Uh-huh. So that is the way that humans and heaven join together as one. And to know, so let me, I will sing this little song, and everybody also join. And those at home, I'm sure you'll join too, because you can't help but join. So
it's a blessing, by the way. This is a blessing. Whenever we do a mantra, it's a blessing. So you're getting a blessing as well at the same time. So
and you can get up and dance if you like.
Absolutely. So let's do it 3 times.
Okay, so Avi says, I'm excited to hear the mantra again, singing with you. Steve and I are listening and chanting. So good. We have
great.
teachers.
And for the
Hello,
people,
Avi.
for the people who are new, after hearing it 3 times, you'll know it.
Okay, let's go. Ready?
Gratitude changes my life. Gratitude changes my life. Gratitude changes my life. My life. Gratitude changes my life. Gratitude, gratitude, gratitude changes my life. Gratitude changes my life. Gratitude changes my life.
So this is
Gratitude changes my life. Gratitude changes my life. My life. Gratitude changes my life. Gratitude, gratitude, gratitude changes my life. Gratitude changes my life. Gratitude changes my life. Gratitude changes my life. Gratitude changes my life, my life. Gratitude changes my life. Gratitude, gratitude. Gratitude changes my life. Gratitude
Come on,
changes my
everyone.
life.
We're hearing it.
Gratitude changes my life. Gratitude changes my life. Gratitude changes my life, my life. Gratitude changes my life. Gratitude, gratitude. Gratitude changes my life. Gratitude changes my life.
Woohoo! Yeah, Nivadita. Yeah.
Yes.
What I was showing you was this is the what I was just showing you. It does also have a calligraphy, and this is the calligraphy. Very powerful. They're all very powerful, but this is a calligraphy. If anybody's interested to know more about that, do contact us. So before we go up more into, yes, Avi is saying too, and you can tell me who the other Facebook users are on your side, Nivita. Wow, that chanting opened my heart. So beautiful. See, and oh, by the way, Marilyn was on my radio show, Divine Soul Journey, and we're doing a 4-part series on all the spiritual channels. Starting next week, 4 weeks straight, you're going to hear about each spiritual channel, and that was unbelievable. So check that out. That's on YouTube as well. It's coming up once it airs. It's going to go on YouTube as well. So can't wait for that. If you really want to find out a lot more about the spiritual channels, definitely we can talk about that. So very briefly, before we talk more about the book.
Can I just interrupt a moment?
Yeah, she can't stop dancing and rocking.
I know it's in my genes now. I just like to welcome Senli and Tara as come, and Marie Learmont and Jayakanthan. Welcome.
Okay. Oh, Jay. Okay. So everyone, welcome. Put a comment. How you feel after singing that, or even listening to that. This is what we want to know. Put your comments there, but if you put your comments here, we can actually read it. What a treat to have Marilyn on the show. Absolutely. And you know what? It may not be the last time. Definitely so. And we might be talking about the spiritual channels one by one. But what I want to say is, for you to understand most of this is what we do. We have to understand what's happening within us. And most people, when I was very young, I didn't know any of this, what was going on. I just knew I was different. I still am different. Everybody knows me as different. However, the point is, let's very briefly talk about those four channels, because that's what you do as well. And it will all tie in together. I promise you that. So, Marilyn, I'm going to give you the whole floor, Marilyn. So, the whole floor.
Okay, perfect.
See, there you are.
Okay, that's wonderful. Thank you. What I'm going to really focus on this time is the direct soul communication. But I'll just simply mention that the foundation, the absolute foundation of opening your spiritual channels, of opening your soul communication ability, is soul language and translation. So language is what a baby does before they're told, oh, those aren't real words, which is absolutely true because they don't come from the mind. The baby hasn't learned that language yet, just is expressing what is in their heart and soul. Soul language is the language of the soul world. There's only one soul language because that's the way the entire soul world communicates with one another. And absolutely everything has soul language. To realize that and to be able to translate that needs training. And it's totally possible to receive training to develop that ability. Opening your soul language can happen for some people very, very fast and very, very easy. There is training through the Tao Academy And actually, we just completed a 2-year program, and many of the students will become certified shortly, which is going to be very, very exciting. Some have a few things they need to bring to closure before they become certified. But the program is one where you not only gain abilities in a whole area of life, but as Nivadita mentioned, I mentioned, the process is one of transformation. Those things that have been holding us back, we often refer to as blockages. We have the opportunity to transform those. And the context of doing it connected to the soul world makes it absolutely so powerful. And transformation can happen much, much faster when we use that approach. So the soul language and translation is the foundation. And as Dianne mentioned, I was on a program. The whole hour was devoted to soul language and translation. It was really wonderful. It was so much fun. I love this. I absolutely love this. Before I became a student of Master Sha, if I had something that I was really, really trying to figure out, there was something that I was struggling with, I would say to God, God, could you please give me an answer to whatever it was? And often I would have to wait a couple of days. I would also say to God, and please tell me very, very clear what the answer is, because I do not understand mumble. Now, that might sound disrespectful, but I really was not being disrespectful. I was just being honest. I needed to have it really clear so I could understand it. And I would always get like a sentence or maybe a couple of sentences. It was perfect. And the first workshop that Master Sha did for soul language and translation, he had us do our own soul language and translate our own soul language. So I did that. And the translation I got was, Dear Marilyn, from now on, I will speak to you clearly. It will not be mumble. That was a very, very powerful experience for me, and it continues to be powerful. And that is what is available to us as we open our spiritual channels, as we develop our soul communication ability. So I want to go on now to the ability that I used for this book, and it is called direct communication. So gratitude, the key to happiness. I thought, well, that's really nice. I know what gratitude is. My parents were very much in that frequency. And I sat down, I was going to begin the book, and I thought, well, Master Sha always wants us to say what, why, and how. And I thought, okay, what? And I decided I would do a little bit of research. What is gratitude? And I discovered that almost every single definition or explanation was what a teacher would call circular. It gives you the definition, but it uses the phrase in the definition, so it doesn't really tell you anything. And so I said to God, Dear God, I need a definition of gratitude. I need a really, really good definition of gratitude. And I had already received the special blessings from Master Shah for this book because I've referred several times to direct communication. That means when we ask a question, that we receive an answer directly from whomever we asked, if it was the divine, if it was Jesus, Mary, Kuan Yin, Krishna, Surjamuni, for whoever we ask, that the answer would come to us directly and very clear in our own language. With soul language, it comes to us in the language of our soul, and it does not sound like the language we speak. But with direct communication, we receive it in the language we speak. So that is the way this book came into existence. Master Shah gave me a special blessing, and that blessing would include the sacred secrets, the wisdom, knowledge, blessings, and practical techniques for gratitude, a key to happiness. Just imagine sacred secrets for gratitude. So the content of this book, when I would sit down to do this book, there was another student who would type for me. So I would be on the phone, she would be on the phone at her computer typing, and I would just connect with the blessing from Master Shah, the transmission, and open my mouth. That's really exactly how it happened. And when I wanted the definition of gratitude, I asked just exactly the way I said it to you. Dear God, I need a really, really good definition of gratitude. And what I received is, I'm going to say it just word by word, and then I'll say the whole definition. Gratitude is unconditional appreciation, reverence, and respect. No, there's no and. Respect and joy. So let me read it. Let me say it again. Gratitude is unconditional appreciation, reverence, respect, and joy. Every one of those words is so important. It has to be unconditional, or it's not gratitude. Life is not a smorgasbord. We do not get to go through a day and say, okay, I'm going to choose this and this and this. I don't like that kind of thing. I'm not going to have any of that today. I really want extra dessert today. I want extra good things happening in my life today. We don't get to do that. Life is like a 3-course meal. The whole thing is served to us. So gratitude is unconditional. Whatever, whoever is part of our life, we are able to say thank you. And in my book, I tell about a time when I was so attached to a particular outcome and I didn't get it. It was participating in a class. And I was just so upset. I'm not going to tell that story now. It's not enough time, but it's in the book. And the divine said to me, because we all have things in our lives that are hard. And it does not have to be a great, big, huge thing. The difficulty comes by the level of attachment. You know, I didn't know too much about it at the time, but Buddhist teachings let us know that attachment is really the source of all suffering. I was so attached and I was suffering. But, you know, objectively speaking, it was a small thing. Attachment can make small things very big. So one day I was in my room and the divine said to me, "This is my gift of love to you. I love you so much. I want to remove the blockages and barriers so that you can be my presence more fully." That was another thing that changed my life. That was a huge, huge gift.
Beautiful. But let's go back for a moment. Thank you so much. They're writing down everything you're saying here. Get the book. Get the book. Who doesn't have the book? Sandy, get the book. I was writing it down. Here is the thing. Let's go back for a moment to attachment. You know, most people don't understand attachment is one of the, I don't want to know if it's the wrong word, but I've reached a point that I have detached for pretty much from every and anything, because I don't want to have expectations, because that also, when you have high expectations of anything or anyone, and then basically that's what happens with the disappointment. And that's when things started happening, even in a relationship or in business or anything. When you're attached to the outcome, sometimes if it doesn't happen when you believe or you want it to happen, you get disappointed because you have high expectations, and people have high expectations of you as well. So detaching is what I preach to everyone now. It's not that easy to do to begin with. It doesn't happen overnight. Don't believe that Marilyn and Nivadita and I'm still a work in progress. Most people are here. It happens overnight. It happens over lifetimes. Lifetimes. It's just we're conscious here now to be aware of this in the teachings. I know I've been fortunate in this lifetime to be where I am right now and doing what I do because I didn't look for it. It actually came to me. So listen to what Marilyn is saying. Get the book. It's a little book. A little book. It's not a very big book. I read it in like an hour, more or less. And there's a lot of practices in the back here as well. Here,
Everyone can read this book. It's very simple, easy to understand, and it's very powerful.
even young kids, young people. Sorry, no kids. Nobody's kids here. But there's a lot of practices here as well. So Marilyn, in the interest of time too, sorry, didn't mean to interrupt your scene, but however, maybe we can do one of these practices to show people, because most people are seeing is believing and feeling is trusting and understanding. Maybe we can do something like that for them to have a better understanding of what this is about. A lot of people have a lot of anxiety right now, or they need more compassion in their life, and there's a few others in here. So, transformation, so hope. From fear to hope. A lot of people are very fearful right now, and they're looking for hope. So let us feel. I know there's one here for gratitude as well. There is one for gratitude, except how to develop gratitude. So maybe we should, I'll leave it up to you with your flow. I'll just leave it up to you. That's all I got to say. Nivadita, anything you want to add, or anything in particular you want to see?
No, Marilyn is the one that's got all the wisdom that she's going to share today. I humbly bow out. And I'm just enjoying this presence. It's just so wonderful.
Yes. We know a lot more, but we'll leave it up to you, Marilyn.
You know, and you've referred to the back of the book many times, and there's one in the back of the book. Transform anxiety to joy.
Mm-hmm.
Transform fear to hope. And then there's a suggestion that people make their own practices using.
I want this one. I believe this is. Here's the thing about this one. I believe it is standing out. You know, stress is the root cause of almost everything. And I've been saying a lot to people, you have to trust in surrendering and surrendering and trusting. And you're talking about here transforming stress to trust.
Yeah,
that's a huge one for me in particular, because this is what I find a lot of people are trusting in themselves to move forward in any parts of their life. The other ones we know about anxiety, but here's the thing: when you trust, anxiety and fear, all those things goes out the window as you work. So to me, I believe changing stress, transforming stress, I should say, to trust. I've never seen it put like that before, to tell you the truth. I've never seen
it. You know, when I was flowing this book, when I was receiving it, I was very surprised at these because traditional Chinese medicine, stress is transformed to compassion. Fear transforms to calm. But these are all different transformations because of doing it through gratitude. So it was, I thought, wow, this is so amazing. And, you know, you can approach this many different ways. That's fine. I will absolutely do the one on stress, transform stress to trust. But you could also say to transform anxiety to joy will eliminate stress.
It's another form of stress, anxiety, as long as
is
going to.
And the thing that I love also is the last word in the definition of gratitude is joy. It's unconditional. It's respect, reverence, and joy. So when you follow that sequence, you come to joy. Joy is the balanced emotion for the heart.
Whatever you like.
We're going to do stress.
Okay. No. You could do both of them. It doesn't matter to me. You have the floor, my dear.
I'd like to just add. I think it was you, Marilyn, mentioned many, many years ago that there's only two things. There's love and everything else comes under fear. There's only love. That's the main emotion that we want to be in. Everything else comes under some layer of fear. Is that correct?
Yes, I would absolutely say that's true.
Is that because
and with
the unknown? Because of the unknown, right?
Well, with that fear comes attachment.
Yes.
Attachment, the unknown, not everything.
Not achieving or getting what you want and all of that. That's the attachment thing. Yeah, absolutely.
Even to a time schedule. I mean, I thought it was like you, Diane. I don't have, anything. I could let go of anything. I look around and it's like, okay, none of this is really important. But if somebody interfered with my time schedule, I would begin to feel uncomfortable. If I had my day and I had it organized, and then 3 more activities had to be acted on at the moment, I felt very uncomfortable. So I had this big revelation. It comes in many forms. So let's go. Let's do the one. And so what I would ask everyone to do is to sit comfortably. Not necessarily sit straight, but sit comfortably. And put both hands below your navel so that you are grounded. And close your eyes and bring your focus to where your hands are. And deeply inhale. We're going to deeply inhale gratitude to our lower abdomen. And we will exhale anything that might block gratitude. And deeply inhale again. Exhale. And one more time. Deeply inhale. Exhale. So we have 4 powers, 4 techniques to connect with gratitude more deeply, to transform stress. And the first one is what I asked you to do first. It's called body power. So continue to sit comfortably with your hands below your navel. And visualize, this is mind power, visualize golden or rainbow light radiating in your heart chakra. Your entire body transforms to golden or rainbow light. And I will tell you the mantra. And it's a long mantra, so I'll do it one short part at a time. And the key technique is to speak to the soul of gratitude. Dear soul, mind, and body of gratitude, I love you, honor you, and appreciate you. Please transform stress to trust. Please have my spleen and kidneys radiate golden light. Do a good job. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And the mantra is, gratitude strengthens my spleen and kidneys. Repeat that. Gratitude strengthens my spleen and kidneys and transforms my stress to trust. And transforms my stress to trust. We'll do it in parts again. Gratitude strengthens my spleen and kidneys and transforms my stress to trust. Gratitude strengthens my spleen and kidneys and transforms my stress to trust. We're going to keep repeating that. Gratitude strengthens my spleen and kidneys and transforms my stress to trust. Gratitude strengthens my spleen and kidneys and transforms my stress to trust. Gratitude strengthens my spleen and kidneys and transforms my stress to trust. Gratitude strengthens my spleen and kidneys and transforms my stress to trust. Gratitude strengthens my spleen and kidneys and transforms my stress to trust. Gratitude strengthens my spleen and kidneys and transforms my stress to trust. Gratitude strengthens my spleen and kidneys and transforms my stress to trust. Gratitude strengthens my spleen and kidneys and transforms my stress to trust. Gratitude strengthens my spleen and kidneys and transforms my stress to trust. Say this silently. Gratitude strengthens my spleen and kidneys and transforms my stress to trust. Gratitude strengthens my spleen and kidneys and transforms my stress to trust. Gratitude strengthens my spleen and kidneys and transforms my stress to trust. Gratitude strengthens my spleen and kidneys and transforms my stress to trust. How, which means perfect, balanced. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Continue to sit with your eyes closed. Notice your experience at this moment. How are you feeling? And write it down how you are feeling. Sometimes people say, I'm not feeling anything. I say, really? Well, all I feel is I just feel peaceful. That's huge. If you are just feeling peaceful, that is huge. So pay attention to how you're feeling and write it down. And those of you who are watching, please put your comments so that we can see them. Please share them with everyone. A couple of you I know. So I'm so happy to hear that Marie is on the call, is on this call, this program. So, how? So that was about 5 minutes, and it was a perfect experience of gratitude changes my life.
Okay, let's do it. Come on. Since we have to
Gratitude changes my life. My
Sing.
life. Gratitude changes my life.
Come on, Nivadita. Let's sing it to end that.
Gratitude changes my life.
Gratitude changes my life.
Gratitude
Gratitude changes my life. Gratitude. Gratitude. Gratitude changes my life. Gratitude changes my life. So if you felt change,
We have Sandy here said she felt shifts happening in her belly and her lower abdomen.
beautiful.
Yes, I just feel so relaxed. But it's that time. It's that time to go. I can't believe it's almost an hour. So, Marilyn, we invite you to come back and teach us more about, just like we're doing on the radio, as well, about the spiritual channels, if you would like to.
Oh, that would be wonderful. I'd love to. I love talking about gratitude. Actually, any topic that you bring up related to spiritual channels. And I just would mention to everybody that I talked about doing direct communication, but that can also be used to do guidance for other people. So I do that a lot. I connect, receive what heaven wants to give as a solution, and it's absolutely so profound. To me, it's exciting because people look stressed at the beginning, and at the end, they look so different.
I might add that Master Shah always says that Marilyn is one of his most powerful soul communicators. So if anybody needs to have some advice or a reading, she is always available.
Thank you. Thanks to Master Shah that I can do that.
Absolutely. And again, we'd like to say, we share this with you, and thank you everyone for your comments. I know Sunny is like, she's on fire. So, we do what we do because we're called on to do it, and it presents itself. So you're here for a reason. Many of you might be here because of Marilyn, or many of you might be here because of us. We don't know. However, if that's what brings you to us, we'll have Marilyn back again. But definitely, it's been a journey, and the time will come when you know what you have to do, where you have to be. I know for me, it's pretty much saved my life when I said enough is enough. I'm not going to add food to the fire anymore with everybody's drama and so forth. I am not a person who likes drama, and getting that it burnt me out. And I was like, no. And I knew about this about 6 years before I was introduced. And my girlfriend, one of my girlfriends who's on here, kept saying, we have to go. And it's not far from where I live in the first place. And that's what happened. And that night, I have to just say quickly, I don't know if my hand or my body spoke first. And I said, no, I'm in. It took me 6 years to say I'm in, more or less. But the time had to be right. And is the time right for you, each one of you? I can't answer that. You all cannot answer that. You all have to know when the time is right. We cannot make that decision for you. So I want to say, Marilyn, any last thoughts you would like to share with us?
I would just really like to leave with people the mantra we sang, because to me that summarizes everything so beautifully. And it summarizes the core of many Master Shah's teachings. Gratitude changes our lives. So sing that all the time.
Okay, one more time. Nivadita.
Gratitude changes your life. Gratitude changes your life. Gratitude.
Come on, Marilyn. I can't hear you.
Gratitude changes my life. Gratitude changes my life.
Gratitude.
I just can't stop now.
Gratitude changes my life. And it does.
It does.
See, and you've got a really good voice too. Come on, sing.
No, my voice is still hoarse, my dear. No. Excuse me. I have you two there. the choir. You're asking me.
I wouldn't say I was much of a choir, but that song just brings so much.
The choir is, if you see your face right now, when you go back on the replay, you'll understand what I mean. It's you're like in a different world right now. You're always in a different world. And
I was in a different world during that practice, Marilyn, because I was just, we're breathing in rainbow light or golden light, but actually all the light that was coming in was pink. I was just surrounded in this huge pink auric field. Yes. So that's where I was. And it was awesome. It was just radiating. And I was really aware of many guides coming through that I don't always connect with, like Lady Nada, one of the Ascended Masters. She's the Ascended Master of Love on the Love Ray. So that was really powerful as well. And it was like, connect with me again. So I received messages too. Thank
Beautiful.
you. It's such a joy to have you here.
It has been absolutely delightful. I love it.
Yes, we have to get her used to all these different platforms now. Absolutely. But Marilyn, I want to say thank you so much. People like is so in tuned, and many of them and a few you don't, and they'll get to know you. But it's a simple little book. The message is powerful. Like all this, we have a few of these books on different, individuals, and each one again resonates with you in a different way. So get the book. And if they go to drsha.com, the store, is it there?
It's on Amazon.com as well.
It's on Amazon. Marilyn, where is it?
And Amazon.com.au.
Okay. Just
you can get it. You can get it in Spanish on Amazon.com, maybe French. The German, I think you have to get through drsha.com.
Listen, contact Marilyn if you can't find it, okay? Marilyn.smith@drsha.com. That's all you have to do. Go to the source itself. Don't take my word for it. There she is. So
Perfect.
I want to say thank you so much, Marilyn, on behalf of Nivadita and myself, and Nivadita can speak for herself as well. It's a pleasure. It's fun. And this is what we want to bring to everyone. You tell us what you want. We will bring it to the best of our ability. And, if we don't know somebody, I'm sure Marilyn knows somebody, or Marilyn can get them help for us.
Marilyn has got so much knowledge and wisdom. She could talk about every topic about spirituality. Because that's
just like her. I know she impresses me so much, Marilyn, because when she starts rattling off the Mandarin part of it and all the Sanskrit, and I'm like,
well, all you need to do is connect. I remember when I was first teaching classes for Master Sha, and I said, Master Sha, what will I do if somebody asks me a question I don't know? And he looked at me and said, do a flow.
Yes, my teacher Abby is probably listening right now. I have to get that Dabby show going, and I'm gonna do it for the next month. So anyway, I want to say thank you so much. It's been fun. It's been a pleasure, and for everyone who listened here, and if it touched you, please do pass it on, share it. The link, it's on YouTube as well. And you have the YouTube link. If not, we'll give you the YouTube link. This is so powerful, but yet simple. Simple. We're not here to make anybody's life complicated, because God forbid, I don't want my life to be complicated. It's complicated as enough as it is. And I don't want to bring it as a negative way. But I'm saying easy and effortless. That's all we're looking for. And
we just feel our hearts opening up more and more. Right?
We have compassion, we have joy, we have enlightenment, we have trust, we have love, forgiveness. Oh yeah, big time. And flourish and everything else, which is a 10 does. If you want to find out more, please do. Like I said, you don't have to do what we do, but it's for everyone. And you take your time when you want to understand this. You take your time, one day at a time, learn and see if it resonates, because you guys are here for a reason. That's what I have to say about that. So on that note, thank you so much, Marilyn.
Thank you,
my dear. Thank you so much. Thank you, each and every one of you. Put your comments, catch us on the replay. And on that note, this is Dianne and Nivadita with Marilyn Smith saying, we love you guys. We honor you guys. We always love to be with you all. And on that note, it's bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Love you, love
See you
you, love
next time.
you.
And you're coming back, right, Marilyn?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Oh, yes.
We'll talk
More
about
and
that.
more. There's many topics Marilyn knows about.
Absolutely. Have a great one, everyone. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Love you, everyone.